Okay. So in today's topic, we will be going to, or in today's lecture, we will be going to discuss about this particular topic, that is gene regulation with its example, which is going to be happen in case of yeasts. Okay. So up to this point, the things or the points which we have studied till date is related to the transcriptional modifications only, how the transcription is going on, what are the different features, mechanisms, what are the different things which are going on and working on with the help of transcriptional regulation. Now we have studied the regulation at the level of transcription. Okay, up to this. Now in the activators itself, we have seen that how the basal apparatus is going to get attached on the activator, and how the basal apparatus is getting stopped by other sequences which are not present if in case. Now how the if like how the presence of the activator is going to working out in this entire procedure, and how it is going to helping out in completely modifying all these systems and procedures. So that were all related to the complete transcriptional procedures. Like before initiating the transcription, or once the transcription has been initiated at the starting point, at the initial point only, that we are studying till date. But now, since we have come a little forward with the thing, that is the syllabus, we need to focus about how after the transcription, like once the transcription has been finished off, then how the complete regulation of the genes are going on, and how the regulatory mechanisms in case of the post transcriptional changes, they are going on and they are moving forward. So for that purpose, we will be going to study an example of the yeast metabolism, how in the yeast cells, or how in the yeast the complete transcription in the process of post transcriptional level going on, or at the level of post transcription, like after the transcriptional procedure has been completed, before initiating the protein formation or protein synthesis, that is the translation procedure, is going to happen, is going to occur. So we will be going to study in details related to the complete regulatory mechanism related to the cells or the systems which are going to be happen in case of the genes, that is the yeast cells. And also we will be going to have a look at how the complete entire mechanism in case of the yeasts is working, and what are the different features which are going to be happen in case of these yeast systems and their complete entire cellular mechanism. So for that purpose, we will be going to have a look today at a very important transcriptional activator protein, and that is this GCN4. Okay, so this is a very important transcriptional activator protein. It is very much important in case of the complete regulatory mechanism in case of the yeast cells. And here, the main role of this transcriptional activator protein is that it is going to regulate the expression of the enzymes. Okay, what this GCN4 is going to do? It will be going to regulate the expression of enzymes. Now, which enzymes? It will be regulating the expression of enzymes which are involved in completely direct synthesis of amino acids. Now, as we all know that amino acids are of much more importance in case of any sort of regulatory mechanism. Now here, this GCN4 is entirely regulating the complete biosynthesis of amino acids, and whatever enzymes which will be going to produced after that will be going to showcase its beneficial effects and its essential effects to the yeast cells in the system. That's why this GCN4's regulation is of much more importance, and this GCN4 protein, being a transcriptional activator, is also showcasing much more importance in this complete regulatory mechanism. So here, this GCN4 is regulating the complete transcriptional procedure, is regulating the complete gene expression procedure of the enzymes. Now these enzymes can be later on utilized to carry out the biosynthesis of various different types of amino acid sequences. Now here, the most important thing related to all these, the most important thing about this GCN4 is that this GCN4 is itself regulated at the level of translation. Okay, and so the biosynthetic enzymes are expressed, like the enzymes as expressed and they carried out their functioning. But here what will be going to happen, that being a transcriptional activator itself, its own regulation, that is the complete regulation of this GCN4 is totally getting regulated itself at the level of translation. So that is a very important thing and that is a very important point. But here what will be going to happen, that whenever in presence of high level of amino acids, okay, now, as we all know that GCN4 is required and is essential to carry out the production, or we could say not actually production, for the biosynthesis of the amino acids, right? Now, amino acids are essential to carry out various different sort of procedures in case of the yeast cells and the systems. Now, the main function of GCN4 is to utilize or to carry out the enzyme regulation and to produce or not produce, biosynthesize the enzymes which will be later on forming or biosynthesizing amino acids. Now, can you tell me that if a cell is having, or if the yeasts are having a lot of different, like a lot of amino acids in their system already, then is the GCN4 necessary in this complete system, and is the GCN4's translation is important in this case if the yeast cells are having a lot of amino acids already in their complete system?
No.
Yes, everyone. So Nikita said no. What about rest of the students? What they feel? Let me just simplify my question to you. Okay, if I am giving you yeasts, okay, a lot of different yeast cells. Okay, now consider that those yeasts are having a lot of amino acid. Okay, they have a lot of very whatever amino acids you want to consider, that's up to you. But it is having a lot of amino acids in its complete system, right? Now, if in case we want to start or synthesize GCN4's translation of, if we want to complete the GCN4 translation and if anything related to the GCN4. Now, you know the role of GCN4. You know the complete like yeast mechanism, like the yeast are having already amino acids. So, how can you correlate these two things? Now, what will be the complete relationship between the GCN4 and the yeasts now? So, are you going to completely translate this GCN4 or you are not going to translate it? Tell me that. Are you getting the question? Yes, are you getting the question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so then please respond.
If all the enzymes are present, then GCN4 अगर नहीं भी होगा तो भी चलेगा ना, क्योंकि वो
Okay,
एंजाइम सिंथेसिस करने का ही काम करता है.
ठीक है. What about others?
Yes, ma'am. Same.
Okay, so Ninad and Nikita are thinking that GCN4 is not necessary and is not essential. What about others? So here GCN4 किस लिए यूटिलाइज किया जा रहा है? GCN4 का यूटिलाइजेशन इसलिए होता है क्योंकि वो अमाइनो एसिड सिंथेसिस के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करता है. ठीक है. अब अमाइनो एसिड्स अगर यीस्ट के पास ऑलरेडी प्रेजेंट है तो GCN4 की जरूरत है या नहीं है, इतना बता दो मुझे. निकिता और निनाद कुछ नहीं बोलो. यस, बाकी के लोग, बाकी के स्टूडेंट्स. ठीक है, वर्षा को भी लगता है कि नहीं है जरूरत. बाकी के लोगों को क्या लगता है? ये कुछ नहीं लगता. Do you remember tryptophan operon? Everyone?
Yes.
Okay. Now, why tryptophan operon is called biosynthetic or why it is an anabolic operon? Because what we do in
Because
that
when it is
tryptophan,
on,
yes.
then tryptophan is synthesized.
Hmm. So, what is tryptophan?
Tryptophan is amino acid.
Same.
Amino acid.
Same thing is going to happen in this case only. So here also what will be going to happen when the yeast will be going to need the amino acids at that point of the time only the GCN4's regulation or translation is getting switched on. Okay, and when the yeasts don't have amino acids or they don't need any more amino acids and they have abundant of amino acid, then why they will be going to completely move towards translating and carrying out the complete processes of transcription and translation of the GCN4, because the main role of this GCN4 is to carry out the complete synthesis of the enzymes which are essential for amino acid biosynthesis. So here, if the amino acid is present, GCN4 is not at all going to be translated, and if amino acid is not there, then the translation or the synthesis of GCN4 is showcasing much more importance. Is this clear to all of you? Have you understand this term and things? How the GCN4 and the amino acid sequences are being related to each other? Now just to simplify, remember, when amino acids are there, GCN4 is not required, and when amino acids are not there, GCN4 is required. Okay, as simplifying these things related to this. Now here, one more thing or one more important thing which I want to showcase you, that whenever the amino acids are present, okay, whenever the amino acids are there or whenever they are showcasing their presence entirely in case of these complete systems and these complete sequences, so that particular condition when they are showcasing its presence is known as non-starvation condition, right? Because the yeast need amino acid for their energy source or for their food material or whatever thing which we consider, right? But here the yeasts are not starving. Now starving condition or limiting condition, what we called it as, because whenever a thing is absent, whenever the like the yeast or the bacteria, whatever it is, when they need some things from the sources, when they are not at all growing or showcasing, so that conditions are your starvation condition. But here in this case, the complete systems are showcasing the presence of amino acids. They are like indicating their complete presence in case of these yeast cells. That's why the first condition which is present here is non-starvation condition. That is, in this case, the amino acids are present. Now, if the amino acid present, do we need the GCN4? In non-starvation condition, is the translation of GCN4 required in non-starvation condition? Non-starvation is nothing but presence of amino acid. Now, in that, is the GCN4 required or not?
Not required.
Yes, it
Not
is
required.
not required. So
Not
non-starvation
required.
condition, yes, non-starvation condition is nothing but the presence of amino acid, and in that the GCN4 is not at all required. Write it down in your books. After some time you will be going to forget it. So write it down in your books that in non-starvation condition, GCN4's translation is not required. And the next condition, that is the starvation condition. In this starvation condition, since the amino acids are limiting in this case, since the amino acids are not present in this case in the yeast cells, so because the yeast required and need amino acids for carrying out their various metabolic and various energetic activities, so for that purpose the yeast needs amino acid, and for the for the purpose of amino acids present, they need this GCN4, and they will be going to now in this case translate this GCN4, and in this condition they need the translation from this GCN4 protein, because if being a transcriptional activator, it is going to utilize in carrying out the synthesis of enzymes which are necessary for the amino acid biosynthesis. So here in the next condition, that is the starvation condition, the GCN4's translation is of much more importance, and it is going to get translated in case of starvation condition. So this is how these two conditions are showcasing the presence as well as the absence of the GCN4 transcriptional activator protein in case of the yeast cells. So its detailed mechanism we will be going to study in tomorrow's lecture. But up to this, are all the things clear to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.